Elden Ring has been praised as one of the greatest open world games of all time, and a major reason for that is how it redefines exploration. Unlike many modern open world games that overwhelm players with markers, objectives, and rigid quest structures, Elden Ring embraces mystery, discovery, and player agency. But how does FromSoftware manage to make its first open world game feel so fresh and engaging? Let's dive into it. Most open world games today follow a formula. They bombard players with quest markers, map icons, and checklist style objectives. These mechanics, while designed to guide players, often strip away the sense of genuine exploration. Instead of discovering the world organically, players feel like they are completing a to-do list. Games like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and even The Witcher 3 fall into this trap to some extent, making the world feel less like a place and more like a collection of tasks. Elden Ring does the opposite. From the moment you step into Lingrave, you are free. Free to explore, free to get lost, and free to uncover secrets at your own pace. There are no flashing arrows telling you where to go. The game subtly guides you through environmental design, points of interest, and small clues, but nothing forces you in a particular direction. One of the biggest strengths of Elden Ring's open world is how much of it is completely optional. There are around 30 bosses in Lingrave and the Weeping Peninsula, but only 2 are mandatory. You can rush to the main story or you can spend hours uncovering hidden dungeons, NPCs, and lore. This freedom makes every discovery feel personal and rewarding. Even the game's tutorial is optional. Many players completely miss it on their first playthrough because it's hidden in a modest cave at the start of the game. This immediately tells the player, nothing is handed to you, you need to pay attention and explore. Instead of using minimaps and UI elements to tell players where to go, Elden Ring uses the world itself. The site's upgrades give a vague direction, but the game never demands that you follow them. The map, initially blank, is filled out as you explore, and it doesn't overwhelm you with icons. Instead, landmarks are drawn in the same style as the rest of the map, rewarding players who take the time to study their surroundings. In many open-world games, rewards feel generic. Another sword, another piece of armor with slightly better stats. In Elden Ring, every major find feels unique. Weapons and spells completely change how you play. Ashes of War introduced new mechanics that let you customize your combat style. Even small caves often contain something that adds depth to the experience. The reuse of animation and assets from previous FromSoftware games actually benefits Elden Ring. Instead of spending resources reinventing every sword swing, the developers could focus on making the world itself rich with detail and intrigue. Elden Ring's world isn't just fast, it's meticulously designed. Lingrave alone is structured like a giant Soulsborne level, subtly guiding players while still allowing complete freedom. Take the Tree Sentinel for example. He's placed near the starting area to teach you that not every fight is meant to be tackled immediately. You can fight him, but the smarter option is to avoid him and come back later. The first major boss, Margit, serves a similar purpose. If you try to fight him too early, you will likely struggle. But instead of a hard roadblock, the game encourages you to explore elsewhere, maybe south to the Weeping Peninsula, where you will find easier challenges and better gear. Elden Ring's difficulty isn't just about combat, it's about decision making. The world is laid with different levels of challenge, and the game trusts the player to determine when they are ready to face certain threats. If an enemy is too tough, the solution isn't to grind levels, it's to explore, find new weapons, or approach from a different angle. Features like Stakes of America and Spirit Summons help balance the challenge without diminishing the game's sense of accomplishment. These mechanics subtly guide players without holding their hands, making every victory feel earned. Elden Ring proves that open world design doesn't have to be about endless markers and rigid objectives. By trusting the player, encouraging genuine exploration, and making every discovery meaningful. FromSoftware has set a new standard for the genre. It's a world that respects your intelligence and rewards your curiosity, making it one of the most immersive and engaging open-world experiences ever created. What do you think? Does Elden Ring open-world design make other games feel outdated? Let me know in the comments.